Okay, so hi everyone. So my presentation is going to be over SSRIs and SNRIs and just how they're used for PTSD. So let's get started with that. Just a little brief overview of these drugs. SSRIs are also known as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. SNRIs are serotonin, and excuse me, I can never pronounce this word, non-epinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Both of these drugs are used to benefit those who suffer from PTSD, which also stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. These, people can range from veterans, sexual assault victims, or just people who have been previously or continuously abused, or even things like unexpected dangerous events like a car crash or natural disaster can lead to people developing PTSD, which then in turn leads to them taking SSRIs or SNRIs. We're going to continue to my next slide. I just wanted to also share with y'all the prevalence and just some stats to kind of get everybody familiar with how effective these are, just especially in the United States. So according to the National PTSD Center, about 12 million people in the US suffer from PTSD each year, which didn't surprise me just because PTSD just comes from a number of things. Like I said, whether it's a natural disaster or abuse, I feel like nobody really plans for it. Therefore, it just affects so many people in just many different ways. And you can never really tell when somebody's going to get over it, when they're going to get it. So was not surprised there. But women are more likely to have PTSD than men. So I did some research on this. So about 8 out of 100 women are more likely to develop PTSD than men, compared, which is about 4 out of every 100. So that's about 4% as well. But women are also more likely to be, sexual assault victims or physically abused. So again, was not surprised with that one. A more current one as well. So during 2020, about 11% commercially insured Americans had at least one prescription of SSRIs or SNRIs, which are commonly used as antidepressants, which can be used for a number of things. And then just a couple cause and effects. So the need for SSRIs and SNRIs stems from when a person's body is sending out stress signals, which then lead to PTSD. The part of the brain that deals with fear or emotion is called the amygdala, which then becomes more active in people with PTSD and alters the brain over a period of time. So obviously the longer you have this condition, the more effect it's going to have on somebody. This is then where SSRIs and SNRIs are needed to kind of counteract that or counterbalance that. Because of this heightened stress level, these antidepressants, aka, are known for helping other things as well as PTSD, but also anxiety, depression, OCD, and even phobias. So they can actually help out a lot of people. In fact, however, just like many other drugs, there can be negative side effects such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, drowsiness, insomnia, dizziness, and reduced sexual desire. It just kind of varies person to person, but because I feel like these, antidepressants or, drugs can help out so many different kind of things, or just in people's life that's in day-to-day, I feel like the benefits sometimes outweigh the negatives. But I wanted to also compare SSRIs and SNRIs just because I know, one, they sound so similar but can affect people in different ways. So some differences and similarities include the SSRIs are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which means they only impact the amount of serotonin in the body, and SNRIs impact both norepinephrine and serotonin. So both of these drugs also prevent the reuptake of certain neurotransmitters in the brain nerve terminals, which reduces the availability of neurotransmitters because the brain reabsorbs them. So I actually Googled, which one is better, or there wasn't really, this one's better because da 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 da. It was simply whatever's best for that person, which I thought was interesting, because nobody has the same experience, whether it's war trauma, sexual assault trauma, a severe car crash, or, loss in the family, or, relationship. Not everybody's the same. Therefore, each of these is going to have a different effect on them, which I truly appreciate. And after doing research, there's just so many benefits to these. So, as I said in my outline, I have had my family suffer from PTSD, especially, because they have served as veterans and, just abuse and everything. So this one was very close to my heart. So I found it very interesting. And I also left my works cited if anybody would like to look at these websites or articles just to get more information. So thank you so much and have a great day.